Hello everyone and welcome to the Nasmar Community Cup Series race from Martinsville Speedway. Today, folks, we will decide the championship for, then we'll battle for a championship next week at Phoenix, folks. Today is the paperclip, folks. William Byron will start on pole for today's race. We're going to see if he can conquer Martinsville or any of these other 35 drivers are going to try to take it away from him, folks. It's going to be one wild race. The paperclip is known for its wild finishes, its tight racing, and people are going to have to move each other out of the way to see who will win today's race, folks. We're going to have to see which one of these guys are going to conquer the Martinsville Speedway and take home the checkered flag. Today, folks, we go from 8 playoff drivers down to 4 for the next week's championship at Phoenix, folks. This is going to be one crazy race at the paperclip. As we all know, Martinsville's tendencies here, folks, beating and banging, move each other out of the way, big wrecks. We'll have to see if any of that happens today, folks. But now let's take a look at our ones to watch for today's race. William Byron on the Raptor Hendrick Motorsports Chevrolet starting on pole today. He is out of the playoffs, was eliminated in the round of 12, but he's looking for a strong one today to cap off his season. Then we have Chase Elliott in the number 9 machine starting 6th today, currently 7th in the points. He's a great run today to make it to the end of the championship four. Watch that 9 car. And then Brad Keselowski, the number 6 RFK machine. He is currently 6th in points, right in that group with Elliott starting 13th today. He's going to need a strong run to make the championship four. And then finally, Austin Cindric, a non-playoff driver, but he did crash in practice, so he will be starting in the 36th position. He's going to have to make up a lot of ground to have a good run today here at Martinsville. Now, folks, let's head down to the track for pre-race ceremonies here at Martinsville. Now, folks, to say the command to fire the engines here at Martinsville is none other than the legend himself, ACS Racing Network.
All right, thank you. Welcome to Martinsville. Yeah, it's time to let them rip at the paper clip. Drivers, start your engines.
What a command, folks, by ACS Racing Network. Thank you for that. Now, folks, as the cars begin to roll off, let's take a look at our starting lineup for today's race. Row number 1 has William Byron and Christopher Bell. Row number 2 has Brian Priest and Ryan Blaney, a couple of Ryans. And row number 3 has Ross Chastain and Chase Elliott. Row number 4 has Denny Hamlin and Kevin Harvick, the closer. Row number 5 has Martin Truex Jr. and Kyle Busch. And row number 6 has Kyle Larson and Tyler Reddick. Row number 7 has Brad Keselowski and Joey Logano. Row number 8 has Alex Bowman and Ty Gibbs, the rookie. And row number 9 has Justin Haley and Eric Jones, starting spots for them. Row number 10 has Chris Buescher and Bubba Wallace. Row number 11 has Eric Almirola and Chase Briscoe. And row number 12 has Daniel Suarez and Jimmy Johnson's return to the paperclip. Row number 13 has Michael McDowell and Todd Gilliland. Row number 14 has Austin Dillon and John Hunter Nemechek. And row number 15 is Ricky Stenhouse Jr. and AJ Allmendinger. Row number 16 has Harrison Burton and Corey LaJoie. Row 17 has Ty Dillon and BJ McLeod. And finally, in row 18, we have Riley Herbst and Austin Cindric, folks, in the number 2 machine. Now, folks, let's take a look at the point standings coming into Martinsville. Kyle Busch, with that win in Las Vegas, locks himself into the championship 4. Tyler Reddick is plus 28. Bubba Wallace is plus 16. And Ryan Blaney is plus 10. Those are your 4 guys into the championship 4 right now. Now let's look below the cut line. Kyle Larson is minus 10. Brad Keselowski minus 22. Chase Elliott minus 26. And Kevin Harvick minus 27. Chase Elliott and Kevin Harvick need phenomenal days along with Brad Keselowski. Kyle Larson could probably get some stage points and more than likely make it in on points here. We'll have to see what happens in today's race at Martinsville, as it's going to be a wild one and very unpredictable. As this race decides the championship 4, we're going to have to see which one of these guys is going to take home the grandfather clock today, folks. Now, to go on our race info, it is 10 laps around Martinsville. We have 36 drivers lined up for today's race, and this race decides the championship 4 for the next week's championship race at Phoenix, folks. We're going to have to see which one of these guys, of these playoff drivers, are going to take home the checker flag today. Cars are getting ready here to fire off here on the front stretch of Martinsville. William Byron will lead him to the green flag. Christopher Bell as well. Here we go, folks. Up through the gears. Green flag waves. Here in Martinsville, we're racing. Into turns 1 and 2. Byron gets the early lead. Priest to the inside of Bell. That outside lane already being a kind of formidable opponent. Down into turns 3 and 4. Now Byron's going to cover that bottom lane over Priest. Out of 4 now. Looks like Chastain under Bell, but William Byron will lead the first lap. Is going into 1 and 2. Priest going to move Byron out of the way with a little shot to the back of the bumper. Now here comes Ryan Priest door to door with William Byron down the back straightaway into turns 3 and 4. Priest has the lead. Byron trying to fight back on the outside. Here comes Ross Chastain on the inside now. White flag is in stage number 1. Priest going to cover the bottom. Chastain moves into second. Chase Elliott now moves into third. Here comes Chase. Now he's going to go below the 1. Fighting for those stage points into turns 3 and 4. It's all Ryan Priest. He's going to come off and win stage number 1 here at Martinsville. Chase Elliott's going to barely edge out the number 1 machine of Ross Chastain, but Ryan Priest with an impressive drive in stage number 1 moved Byron out of the way at the beginning, but he will win stage number 1 here at Martinsville, folks. Now, let's take a look at our stage 1 results. Ryan Priest, of course, wins the stage. Elliott barely edges out Chastain. Chastain ends up 3rd, Blaney 4th, and then Byron 5th. Unfortunately, fell all the way back. And then Harvick 6th, Bell 7th, Hamlin 8th, Truex 9th, and then finally Kyle Busch rounds out your top 10 here at Martinsville, folks. As it has been one wild stage number 1, folks. We'll be right back from commercial break with the pit stops and stage number 2 action.
A spinner in the middle of the field. And off the turn number 4. Welcome to the round of 12 RFK Racing.
Gonna get spun. Flipping. Over, up and over.
What a flip.
T-Birds down here at Talladega.
We're going to be in overtime. Denny Hamlin leads him to the line. We're back to green.
Car on the wall, Alex Bowman.
Contact made into the fence.
Oh, Elliott hits the 11. The 11's off the 24. Hard crash for him. The caution comes out with the down out front.
As welcome back from commercial break, folks. Ryan Priest going to lead him on to pit road. We're going to send him now down to NSCS Racing Network.
Ryan Priest says the car is perfect, no changes. But oh, the team can't get the wheel off the car. It's going to be a very slow pit stop for the 41 crew.
Ross Chastain says the car is just a little too tight on the entry to the turn, so they'll make a slight wedge adjustment to help the turn on the number 1 machine. William Byron says the car is good in clean air, but in traffic he feels slow. The team will make an air pressure adjustment along with 4 tires and fuel.
As thank you NNCS Racing Network for the pit road information. Ross Chastain will win the race off pit road. Chase Elliott 2nd. As we heard, Ryan Priest had a tire not come off the car. He will come out 3rd. Costly mistake by the team. Ryan Blaney comes off 4th, and then William Byron will round out your top 5 of pit stops. The pole sitter making it back up to 5th. Very interesting, folks. Now let's get ready for the choose rule here at Martinsville. Your inside lane consists of Ross Chastain and the 41 of Ryan Priest. Then your outside lane has Chase Elliott and Ryan Blaney. Not surprising, the number 1 and the 41 opted to take the inside lane. Interesting that Chase Elliott did not want to give up his spot and decided to stay on that outside lane. Maybe going to try to make some magic work. The outside lane probably will start coming in as this race progresses along, folks, as we get ready for the restart here at Martinsville. They're back up through the gears. The green flag waves. Once again, we are back racing here at Martinsville. Into 1 and 2. Ross Chastain has the early advantage. Chase actually holding it well with him on the outside lane. Ryan Preece in tow behind the number 1 machine into 3 and 4 now. Chase now edging ahead. That outside lane, like I mentioned, is coming in through. Now onto lap number 4. We got a spinner up to the wall. A restart crash. Bubba Wallace smacks the wall and collects Chris Buescher in the 17 car. Unfortunate. Bubba Wallace, this is huge championship implications as the 23 machine was in position to make the championship 4. Now that is in jeopardy as the 23 of Bubba Wallace wrecks out here at Martinsville with a big hit in that to the rear of that race car. We have to see who is the culprit of that, or if he just spun out on his own. He does collect an innocent bystander of Chris Buescher. Unfortunate for the 17 as well. Folks, now let's take a look at what happened during this replay, as it looks like the number 54 of Ty Gibbs is the culprit, getting into the 23 of Bubba Wallace and collecting an innocent bystander of Chris Buescher in the 17. Bubba Wallace is not going to be happy about that, as Ty Gibbs is a Toyota teammate. Unfortunate for the 23 machine today, as unfortunate day for all of them, as stage number 2 will finish under yellow. Here, Chase Elliott will be the stage number 2 winner, getting those valuable stage points, finishing first. Now, folks, let's take a look at the stage number 2 results. Chase Elliott, of course, will win it, barely edging out Chastain once again. Ryan Preece finishes 3rd, Ryan Blaney 4th, and then Kevin Harvick sneaks his way into the top 5, good for that number 4. Then you have William Byron in 6th, Denny Hamlin 7th, Christopher Bell 8th, Brad Keselowski gets to the top 10, and then Kyle Busch once again will finish in stage finish 10th at stage number 2. As folks, it's been a wild stage number 1 and 2, folks. We'll be right back from commercial break with pit stop, the choose rule, and the start to stage number 3. As welcome back from commercial break, folks. Chase Elliott's going to lead the field on to pit road down to UNNCS.
Chase Elliott is a bit free, but it's fast, so no adjustments. Ross Chastain says his number 1 machine is perfect. No changes to that Chevrolet Camaro. Ryan Preece says the car is way too free in the corners. The team will make an adjustment to hopefully help the 41.
As thank you NNCS for the pit road information. Here's the race off pit road. Ross Chastain wins it once again. Chase Elliott and Ryan Preece are your top 3. Then Kevin Harvick slips away into the 4th position. And Kyle Larson rounds out your top 5 in the number 5 machine, looking to win today. We had 3 cars stay out: Tyler Reddick, Martin Truex Jr., and Justin Haley in the 31 Tide Ride machine. We're going to see how these guys shake up the field. Everybody can now make it on fuel. We'll have to see how that shakes up the field, folks. So let's go take a look at our choose rule. Tyler Reddick's going to go on the inside, Martin Truex Jr. to the outside, Justin Haley inside, Ross Chastain's going to the outside lane, then Chase Elliott and Ryan Preece are inside and outside. We're going to have to see how these 3 at the front who did not take tires shake up this race. It's going to be very interesting to see how they do here on this restart with little to no tires left, folks, as we're going to get ready to come back to the green flag, though. They're back up in the gears. We're green flag racing once again here at Martinsville. Going into turns 1 and 2. Reddick has the advantage on the bottom line. Truex trying to come back down the back straightaway now. The 45, he's going to get spun. The 19's piled in by the 1 machine. The caution waves once again. Another restart crash happens as championship contender Tyler Reddick is taken out in this crash. What a crash here. A 4-car pileup on the backstretch of Martinsville, leaving turn number 2. Oh my gosh, 23-11 having the worst day possible. Tyler Reddick got spun out by Justin Haley, it looks like, as what a big hit for those 2, along with Martin Truex Jr. and Ross Chastain. They kind of pile up there on the outside lane. What a crash, as these guys are all going to get on the hook, heading back to the garage area. Unfortunate day. Tyler Reddick, this will more than likely take him out of championship contention here, as we'll have to see how the points shake out at the end of the race. But Ross Chastain having a good day. He's on the hook. And then all 4 of those guys are going to be put in the garage area here at Martinsville, folks. Let's take a look at a replay to see what happened. Coming off turn number 2, they were pretty even. Tyler Reddick actually had the lead. It looks like the 31 just kind of got in to the 45, and then Truex tried to check up, got piled in by the number 1. Let's see again. Yeah, just Justin Haley just got into the bumper of the 45, kind of spun him out a little bit, not probably meaning to do that, as those guys barely slipped through. Here's at full speed, big hit for the 45. The one piles into the back of the 19. Unfortunate for those guys, especially for Tyler Reddick. He's more than likely out of championship contention. No pit stops for this time, as we're going to take a look at the choose roll. Chase Elliott now is your leader. Ryan Priest is going to head to the outside lane and chase it to the inside. Kevin Harvick to the inside as William Byron goes to the outside, as this is going to very much shake up the race. Chase Elliott now your leader here at Martinsville, as we're going to get ready for the restart here. They're coming off turn number 4, coming up with 2 laps to go for a green-white checker to back up through the gears. The green flag waves. Once again here at Martinsville, we're racing. Going into turns 1 and 2, Harvick's going to boot the number 9 off the track. He's going to take Priest up the track with him and Stewart off teammate. Now Kyle Larson slips in second. Down the back straight away in turns 3 and 4 now. Larson's going to boot the number 4 out of the way. Beating and banging everywhere. Coming off the turn number 4. White flags in the air. One more time around for Kyle Larson. Harvick's now going to give up that battle on the outside lane. Now he's going to fall in line behind the 5. Down the back straight away. Into turns 3 and 4 for the final time. Can Harvick get it? Into 3 and 4. Here comes Harvick. He's going to move to the outside lane. He's going to spin the number 5. Larson to the wall. Kevin Harvick comes off turn number 4. He'll win here at Martinsville and lock himself in to the championship for what a finish here at Martinsville. Kevin Harvick dumps the number 5, eliminating the number 5 of Kyle Larson from championship contention, as Kyle Larson gets spun out by the number 4 of Kevin Harvick for the win. The number 5 machine is absolutely crushed on that front bumper. Huge hit for him coming off turn number 4. Kyle Larson got so close to winning here at Martinsville, but he got dumped by the number 4 of Kevin Harvick. The ambulance and the tow truck out to him immediately, making sure he's all right, and to tow his car away. Kyle Larson's championship hopes end in a fiery crash. As folks, now let's take a look at a replay of the final 2 laps. Chase Elliott was leading the restart, but Harvick boots him out of the way, and Ryan Priest took up to the outside lane in tow. Then Larson slipped in a second off that restart. Then Larson's going to boot Harvick out of the way. Harvick probably didn't really like that. Now they come down to they took the white flag here, as Harvick did kind of the smart move, kind of gave him that battle on the outside lane, realizing he's not going to get anything. Down the back straight away into 3 and 4, Harvick had one shot, could not get around the number 5, and then just had to turn him and spin him out of the way. And the number 4 of Kevin Harvick wins it here at Martinsville. He burns it down. The number 4 wins in his final season here at Martinsville. He's going to battle for a championship next week at Phoenix, as Larson's not going to be happy with that result, folks. Now, this does mean Kyle Larson is eliminated from championship contention, but Kevin Harvick wins it here at Martinsville. We didn't think he was going to be a factor in today's race, but he managed to move it up on that final pit stop, and he managed to boot Chase Elliott and Ryan Priest out of the way going into turns 1, and then he finally spun out Kyle Larson on the final corner to win here and lock himself into the championship 4. Had to do it in a controversial fashion, though, here at Martinsville, but it wouldn't be Martinsville without a little controversy here after the race. Kevin Harvick, what a win for the number 4, winning here at Martinsville in his final season, as there's the destroyed car of Kyle Larson. Kevin Harvick, though, all smiles from that 4 camp. He wins it here at Martinsville, folks, as now he will celebrate in victory lane with the confetti thrown on top of him, as this is his second race win of the season, and probably the most important one of his career in the Nasmar Community Cup Series. He is going to Phoenix to fight for a championship next week. Now, folks, let's take a look at your race results for today's race. Kevin Harvick will finish on the top spots. Chase Elliott 2nd, Ryan Priest 3rd, just coming up short. Ryan Blaney 4th. William Byron, your pole sitter, will finish 5th. Alex Bowman 6th. Denny Hamlin 7th. Brad Keselowski 8th. Christopher Bell 9th. And Kyle Busch will finish in the 10th spot. Unfortunate for Bubba Wallace, Tyler Reddick, Ross Chastain, Chris Buescher, and Justin Haley all getting involved in crash sale. And Kyle Larson, man, almost won today's race, but did not, came up short after the number 4, Kevin Harvick, straight up just dumped him coming out of turn number 4 here at Martinsville. But that's how this sport works sometimes. You win some, you lose some, folks. Now, let's take a look at the round of 8 point standings leaving here at Martinsville and going to the championship race. Kyle Busch, Kevin Harvick, Ryan Blaney, and Chase Elliott are your championship 4. Tyler Reddick, Brad Keselowski, Bubba Wallace, and of course Kyle Larson come up just short here at Martinsville, as Kevin Harvick locks himself in with that last lap maneuver on Kyle Larson. Those are your championship 4, folks, going to fight for a championship next week at Phoenix Raceway. Now, folks, this has been one crazy race here at Martinsville. We did promise a show, and Martinsville Speedway did for sure put on. Again, congratulations to Kevin Harvick and all of his passionate fan base for taking on the checkered flag today. He had to, of course, dump Kyle Larson for the victory. All of these 36 drivers fought really hard to try to claim the grandfather clock, but only one of them, Kevin Harvick, took home the checkered flag today and a championship 4 clinching spot here at Martinsville. Congratulations to him once again. Martinsville put on one great show. As thank you to the Nasmar Community Cup Series for letting me put on this Martinsville race. It's been a crazy one. We're going to see what happens next week at Phoenix on the MLCS Racing Network channel. Make sure to go over there and subscribe to get ready for the championship, folks. It's going to be a wild one. It's going to be one crazy race for the next week of championship. Thank you all so much for watching. It's been one great race here in Martinsville, and we will see you all from Phoenix next week. This is Speak Up Stop Motion, signing off, folks.